Guys, welcome back. Hope you all are doing well. This is Muhammad Badruddin, and today we are gonna see another scenario for exploit server. Okay, so this was the lab number one where we use webhook.site as an exploit server, and this was the lab number two, where we saw glitch me as an exploit server, and this was the payload we used. And today we are gonna see lab number three, and here we will use WebGoat as a vulnerable web application, and we are going to exploit XSS vulnerability of WebGoat, and we will publish exploit server, and we will use exploit server as Ngrok plus Python. Okay, you can do it as Ngrok plus Node.js or PHP or whatever. We will see that in a minute, but we will basically use Ngrok today as an exploit server and a Python server. You can use PHP server with Ngrok, Node.js with Ngrok. Okay, and the most beneficial thing using Ngrok as an exploit server that you can capture the request, but also most importantly you can host your payload. Okay, this is also free and you can have a full control for demos. Okay, so we will see that in a minute. Now for using Ngrok, first of all you need to visit ngrok.com. Okay, and once you visit ngrok.com you have to sign up. Okay, so before signing up I just want to brief a bit about Ngrok, what is Ngrok and what it does, okay, and how we can use it as an exploit server. So Ngrok is basically a tool that creates secure tunnels from a public internet endpoint to a service running on our local machine. Now suppose I have one service locally running on my PC. So Python 3 space -m http dot server over port number 8000, let's say. Okay, so this service is locally running on my local PC, but I cannot access this service over internet. And if I want that, I need one public IP. I need to make root and netting and all. Okay, and then we can access this service. But the problem is this network setup will cost you a lot. So being an individual and a tester, I don't want to spend a lot of money on this purpose on this. Okay, so at that instant Ngrok comes into the picture. So essentially it basically exposes our local server or application to the internet through a public URL similar to the webhook.site and glitch.me. So webhook.site and glitch.me basically provide us a public URL that we can use whenever we want, and we can capture the request and we can host our payload. But the thing is, somehow these services not in our control. We don't have granular control over these platforms. So Ngrok basically you can control, you have more control over Ngrok and its configuration. Okay, so one thing you need to make sure before hosting any service through the Ngrok, because it exposes that service, your local service, to the internet over public. So the consequences could be, because once you publish a service through Ngrok, you basically bypass the netting, network address translation, and you also bypass the firewall. Okay, so or any other network restriction. So if you publish any service, local service through Ngrok, you basically bypass NAT, firewall and other network restrictions. Okay, now Ngrok has importance in the penetration testing because it can be very useful as an exploit server, because it allows you to host payloads, malicious scripts or command and control or C2 infrastructure on our local machine. And make them accessible to the target over the internet without needing a public IP or complex network setup. So we don't need actually public IP or any router or firewall for making the NAT configuration and all, routing and all, for publishing this local service over the network. Okay, this is what Ngrok will do, and we have a lot of features and a lot of configurations we can make over Ngrok, which we will see in a minute. Our purpose now is to just see Ngrok as an exploit server, so I will focus on that point. But rest of the things I will briefly define while attempting my lab. Okay, so first of all, you need to have one account over ngrok.com. So I'm going to sign up on Ngrok. So once you sign up, you need to mention the email. So cybersecradar@gmail.com. Sorry, this is gonna be my email. Okay, and let's say the name is cybersec space radar. Okay, password whatever you want. So okay, and just accept the terms and condition and sign up. So once you sign up, you fail to solve the captcha, please try again. Let's sign up one more time. Oh, come on. Okay, let's sign up with the Google account. Let's see, because there is some problem. Okay, so cybersecradar@gmail.com and go to next. Now I have to enter my password. Okay, next. Don't save. And there we go. Continue. So now you can see we are successfully logged in. Do you want to create an Ngrok account for this one? Yes, I want it. Create an account. And we logged in successfully. Now here, if you want to enable multi-factor authentication, you can scan this QR code, and the application support this QR code scanning is 1Password, Google Authenticator, or Microsoft Authenticator to generate one-time passwords that are used as a second factor when you sign into this, and enable or disable multi-factor authentication at any time in the user setting page. So you can do this, or otherwise you can skip this one. So just skip this time and we will enable it later. Now here you have to choose your role. So let's say network operations and IT operation, or whatever you want, you can choose it. And what are you interested in using Ngrok for? API gateway, Kubernetes, and for testing purpose, I will go testing webhook or local. And how you are going to use it, I'm gonna say as for a development purpose. So just continue that. And here we are successfully logged in. Now you can see there are sections, like if you want to use Ngrok agent for Mac OS, Windows, Linux, Docker, Raspberry Pi, FreeBSD. There are SDKs also that you can use, and infrastructure you can use it for the Kubernetes. So for now, I'm going to use it on the Linux platform. So choose just Linux platform, and you can see here you can download and follow these instructions to install and download Ngrok, or if you want to standalone installation of it, you can download this file. So this is x64 architecture that most PCs have. If you have other architectures, you can use from here also, but for our purpose this is okay. So you need to download this file, which I already did, and I put it somewhere in the cd/opt ngrok, and if I say ls space -la, so you can see this is the file which I already downloaded. And following the instruction now, because this file is zipped file, so you have to unzip it. So we have to use tar space hyphen like this, tar space hyphen xvzf, and then ngrok the file name space hyphen capital C, uppercase C, and then you have to specify user, local, and bin like this. Okay, so once you hit enter, you will see it is extracted into this particular location from where you can access ngrok as the command. So if I write here ngrok and ng and just tab, you can see ngrok is now in the command. So I can choose it. Now how you can actually publish this local service to the internet. So for that purpose, what we need to do is clear, and I'm gonna say ngrok http space http:// localhost 8000, because this is the service what I am running locally on my machine. So this is what you can host your local service to public, or you can do it by saying like this, ngrok http space -- host header is equal to local host, and then you can specify the port number. So this is how you can do it, or you can do it like this, how whatever you want or whatever is good for you. So localhost 8000. Okay, now back here, and I'm just gonna hit enter. One more thing before going to actually use it, I forgot to mention. Once you install the ngrok, okay, once you install the ngrok, which you see here, by executing this command, you have to also execute this command where you need to add your authentication token. So this is our authentication token. If you need to see your authentication token here in the left hand section, you can see your auth token. So once you click it, here in the top you will find your authentication token. If you want to see, you can click on this I button, or you can directly copy that. So this ngrok basically have one YML configuration file, which you can find it here, cd inside root directory. You have one .config file, config directory, and inside this you have ngrok. Okay, and here if you see the listing, you will find ngrok.yml. Okay, so I already add my authentication token to the configuration file. Okay, so after you install, you must add your authentication token. You will find, if you want to upgrade your subscription, and if you see the usage, you will find that this is what free. Okay, so traffic for the HTTPS endpoint request, 20,000 requests are free. TCP endpoint connection, 5,000 connection requests are free, and endpoint connection 5,000. So maybe after completing the 5,000, you need to upgrade your plan. But 20,000, 5,000, these are much, I think, more than enough for testing purpose. So this is the thing. Now let's move to the ngrok and hosting our service, local service, to the internet. So ngrok http and http:// localhost 8000. So now here you can see My name is Mohammad Badruddin. Basically, um, I created an account from another email, and to just demonstrate to you, I use another email that belongs to me. So here you will see the name and update available version. This is the version, and you can see the region it chosen is India, although I'm sitting somewhere else in another country, not in India, but it choose the region India. Now web interface, if you want to take the web interface or access the web interface of this session, you can just copy the link and see it here. Paste that, hit enter, and you can see this is online. This service is online, and you can inspect what happened, and you can also see the status. So up to now you can see there is no connection request, there is no hit we found up to now. So there is nothing here in the request, HTTP request or connection duration in the metric section. Okay, and this is the service, local service, which is published over internet through this URL. So anyone from anywhere in the globe who access this, basically what happened, the request come to the received to the Ngrok and forwarded to our local service. So for this purpose I will demonstrate you this one. So I'm going to, where is copy? Yeah, this is copy, and I'm going to paste it here, and let's just, so you can see both all these windows. Okay, I'm gonna hit enter. Now once I hit enter, there is one thing you can see, I can access something and there is some warning. It's saying if you want to access the site, you need to click on visit site. Okay, and one more thing which is important, if you don't want to see this page, if you want to skip or bypass this page, because you see here I access this URL, but up to now there is no hit we have here. Okay, so once I click on visit page, okay, once I click on visit page, you will see the HTTP request here. Okay, 200. Okay, this is the GET request, and here also we get the hit. But until we click on visit page, we cannot see the hits here. So how you can bypass those visit page warning page? Okay, next time when I try to access again, we have the hit here. Okay, so for that purpose you need to use paste. Oh, come on. Because once you click on visit page, then it is always okay. But if you use for testing, okay, it will be a problem for you, because it will always stuck on the visit page. So let's see. Again, you see we are not getting any hit because of this visit page. Until we click on this, we cannot capture the hit. So if you want to remove this page or bypass this page, you need to send or set a header which is saying ngrok-escape-browsing warning. So you need to set or send this request header with any value. Okay, so for that purpose we need to keep it in mind, because once we try to solve the lab on WebGoat, we may see the same thing. We will not get the hit. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to just copy this header on this, paste it here. Okay, so this header we need to set with any value. Now back to our this is private window. I don't want this. This is our main window, and this is our Ngrok and local service. So now let's go to access WebGoat now. So http:// so 192.168.10. or 0.141, I think, on port number 8080, WebGoat. Okay, so now we need to log into the WebGoat with tester, and this is my password. So I'm using basically XSS vulnerability here, and I'm exploiting XSS vulnerability to just demonstrate our exploit server functionality. If you want to learn more about XSS, you can visit my XSS playlist, cross-site scripting vulnerability playlist. There I exploit and I explain the XSS vulnerabilities and its type. So you can watch those playlists and videos. So here what I'm gonna do is let's go to the lab on the 7th tab, and here what I'm gonna try is script, and I'm gonna say fetch. Actually it will be better if I write here for you. So script and fetch. Inside fetch I'm gonna say copy link address and paste it here. Fine. Script. Okay, and to capture the cookie, question mark cookie is equal to, then I'm gonna add plus and document dot cookie. Fine, so that's it. I'm gonna copy this complete payload and paste it here, right? And let's say purchase, click on purchase. So you can see here we have any hit. No, we do not have any hit here, and also the lab is not solved. Why? This is because maybe the script is executed and it's trying to access this URL, but the problem is because of this visit page, it's not directly going to hit, okay, until someone click on visit page button, which I show you before. So for that purpose, we need to add this header within this payload. Okay, so for this purpose, what I'm gonna do is comma, I'm gonna add one headers, and here I'm gonna say this header, which is Ngrok skip browser warning, okay, within double quotes, and its value could be anything, so I'm just gonna say true. You can put any value you want. Okay, so that's it. This is what we need to add to let our script work perfectly fine. So just copy the complete payload back here, and this time I'm going to paste the new URL with the header to skip the visit page and just purchase now. And you can see we get the hit here. The thing here is instead of using get or post HTTP method, it's using options, which is unsupported method. But although we eventually we capture the hit here, and it's redirected or forwarded that HTTP request to our local service. And here also you can see the HTTP method is options, but we find the payload, we find the data, session cookie data. And you can see here also the status code is 501, which is unsupported method. So my purpose is to just demonstrate how you can use it as an exploit server. But the thing is, you can basically write in Python or in JavaScript or in PHP. You can write the complete code for the server which you want to publish, and then you can publish that service over Ngrok to the internet, and there you can fix those issues, okay, in the coding, in the scripting. So I think that's the thing. I demonstrate how you can use Ngrok with Python. How Ngrok works as an exploit server, this you already see. So basically it generates a public URL using protocol HTTP, HTTPS or TCP that tunnels traffic to a specified local port on your machine, which we are using here 8000. Okay. So for example, if you have a web server hosting a malicious payload on our local port, like port number 8000, Ngrok will provide a public URL, which we saw here, okay, that anyone on the internet can access, and this forwards request to our local server. Okay, so that's all. I think it's enough. If you have any query, you can put your query in the comment section. I will try to respond it as soon as possible, and I'm gonna see you in the next video. If you like the content, please like, subscribe and share. See you. Bye bye.